Hi, and welcome to another video on my algebra series. Today we'll be looking at simplifying algebraic expressions using the distributive law. Let's first begin with a review of the distributive property. But before you go ahead, please take a moment to review the video on laws and properties of numbers. Now, recall we said the distributive law states that multiplication is distributed over addition. Let me explain this to you. Suppose if we had 3a. 3a as we know it is equivalent to 3 multiplied by a. This was given as one of the convention in the earlier video. Now if I had 3 into a plus 2b, this is the same as saying 3 sets of a plus 2b, and this is equal to
a plus 2b plus a plus 2b plus a plus 2b.
When we group the terms that are alike, we will have a plus a plus 2b plus 2b plus 2b. This is equivalent to 3 multiplied by a plus 3 multiplied by 2b. This is written as 3a plus 6b. Moving from 3 into a plus 2b to 3a plus 6b is what we call expansion by the distributive law. You would recognize that the 3 is multiplied by every individual component within the bracket. So 3 into a plus 2b is equivalent to 3a plus 6b. Before we can delve into further examples of expansion by the distributive law, I would like you to take a moment to review my video on understanding integers, especially part 2. There you will see the multiplication triangle and how it's applied. The multiplication triangle is particularly applied for the multiplication of directed numbers. So this would help us in the expansion process. Here are some examples. If I had 3 into 3x minus 2, we first multiply the 3 by the 3x. That would give me 9x. Then we multiply the 3 by the negative 2. Careful here. To do this, what we do, we multiply the signs first. The sign in front of the 3 is positive, and the sign in front of the 2 is negative. And so we are going to multiply a positive by a negative. To do this using our multiplication triangle, we place a hand over the operation that reveals a plus times a minus, like this. The result of multiplying a minus times a plus, or a plus times a minus in this case, would be the sign or operation that is hidden below our hand. That happens to be minus. So now we multiply the 3 times the 2, and 3 times 2 is 6. So the product of 3 into 3x minus 2 would give me 9x minus 6. Here's another example. Suppose if I had negative 3 into 3x minus 2. Then I will multiply the negative 3 by the 3x. Careful here. We will multiply the signs first. The sign in front of the 3 outside of the bracket is negative, and the sign in front of the 3x inside the bracket is positive. So we are multiplying a negative times a positive. So we look at our multiplication triangle and place our hand over the operation that reveals a minus times a plus, like this. So the product of a minus times a plus would be equal to the sign that is hidden below our hand, which happens to be negative.
So negative 3 times 3x will give me negative 9x.
Now we multiply the negative 3x times the negative 2. To do this, we are going to multiply the signs first. When we look at our multiplication triangle, we simply place our hand in such a way that we expose a minus times a minus, like this. the product of a minus times a minus would be hidden below our hand, which happens to be positive. So now we multiply 3 times 2 is 6. So the product of negative 3 into 3x minus 2 would be equal to negative 9x plus 6. This is your answer. Let's suppose if you had another example, like 3x into 3x squared minus 2. We first multiply the 3x by the 3x squared. This would give me 9x cubed. We did this in stages by multiplying the 3 by the 3 first. 3 times 3, 9. And then you multiply the x by the x squared. And x times x squared is x cubed. Hence the reason we had 9x cubed. Then we are going to multiply the 3x by the minus 2. Now we are multiplying positive times a negative. So we place our hand over the operation that reveals positive times a negative, like this. And the results would be what is hidden below our hand, which happens to be negative. So we'd have 3x times 2 would give me 6x. So this is our answer. 3x into 3x squared minus 2 is equal to 9x cubed minus 6x. Sometimes you are given an instruction to expand and simplify. This consists of two directives. The first of the two directives is to expand, and the second of the two directives is to simplify. Let's use our multiplication triangle to help us in this example. If I had this to expand and simplify, I will multiply 7 times 2x, which will give me 14x. And now we'll multiply 7 times minus 1. And 7 times minus 1, we are multiplying plus by a minus. And this would give me a minus. So we'd have 7 times 1 is 7. Now we are going to multiply the negative 3 by the 3. And we did this operation before, minus times a plus. So minus times a plus would give me a minus. And 3 times 3x would give me 9x. So this would give me minus 9x. Now we are going to multiply negative 3 times minus 2. We are multiplying two negatives here. So I look at my multiplication triangle and I hide the operation that reveals minus times a minus, and the result is below my hand, which is a plus. And 3 times 2 is 6. This takes care of the first directive, that is to expand. But you are also told to simplify. Simplify means to make simpler. And to do this, we are going to group the terms that are similar together. This was covered in a previous video. So we will put all the x's together and all the numbers together. That is our constants.
So we will have 14x minus 9x.
These are your x's that are clustered. Then you would have minus 7 plus 6 together, and these are your constants. So now we would have 14x minus 9x. This would give me 5x, and minus 7 plus 6 would give me negative 1. So our answer will be 5x minus 1. Here's your final example. Suppose if I had 4 into 3x minus y minus 3 into x minus 2y. Let's do this without our triangle. We would have 4 times 3x would give me 12x. 4 times negative y would give me negative 4y. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 2y will give me positive 6y. This takes care of the expansion. Now we are going to simplify. To simplify, we will bring all the x's together and all the y's together. This is like grouping like terms. You may take this opportunity to review my video on grouping like terms. Now we group all the x's together like this and all the y's together like this. And when we further simplify, we will have 12x minus 3x will give me 9x, and minus 4y plus 6y will give me 2y. This is your expanded and simplified expression. Thanks for viewing. Remember, these videos are done sequentially, so it may be necessary to review some of the video just to ensure that there is continuation in your learning. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.